Is this weird?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I know we're sitting kind of close, so
I know, but I don't mind.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know how to begin.
Okay,
but
yeah.
That's why at the beginning I like to just take a deep breath together.
Okay,
Because I
I'm
feel like
in.
there's a little bit of like nervous energy. At least I get.
Yeah, for sure.
So if we
Okay.
we'll breathe in together.
Are
Ready?
you gonna count?
Yeah.
Or I'm just doing
We'll
it?
just
Okay.
breathe. Ready?
Okay.
And breathe out. It's a little like ASMR, breathing. Okay, wait, let's do one more.
Okay.
Ready? Breathe in. A little better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feels good.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming over.
Yes.
And I'm so excited to have you. I'm excited also to introduce you.
I've always kind of branded as just Alyx.
Yes.
Because my name's spelled uniquely anyway, and always was kind of like Beyonce situation. Yeah. That way, whether I decide to take a husband name or not, I will always just be Alyx. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe there are now some famous Alyxes. So
really, with the Y?
No, not with the Y, but just for verbally. I feel like on print it still
Who
is.
Who is it? Who are the famous Alyxes?
Well, there's Alex Earls.
Oh, okay.
Alex Russo, if you're a Wizard of Waverly Place.
Got it. Of course.
I don't know.
I think of them so differently just because of the spelling.
Yeah. Mine's ALYX.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When you told me how you spelled your name, it blew my brain.
When I first texted Alec, when he got my number on campus freshman year of college, I was like, hey, it's Alex. And I spelled my name ALYX, my name. And then later he was like, oh my gosh, that's really how you spell your name? And I was like, yeah, what do you mean? He was like, I just thought you were being cute and flirtatious and spelling it funny. I was like, what girls have you been hanging out with that they're
who cooked here?
Yeah. That's a great question. Who did cook there?
You know that triangle, right?
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Well, okay, so just Alex. Or didn't you say you legally kind of changed
I'm actually
it?
just Alyx DeJong legally.
Okay.
But I'm keeping Tighe on things because I'm
tie
still
my
a Tighe.
shoes.
I
know.
I keep
What's
feeling
gonna happen there?
I don't know, because I'm is it weird that my handle is tie my shoes, which the millennial of it all, the millennial pun of it all is this cute that I'm clearly holding on to 2012 humor, or is it?
I think it's
should I just go Alyx DeJong?
Is it available?
No, straight Alyx DeJong is taken.
I read an article lately that if you could have your name at Gmail, it dates you hardcore. Because all the Gen Z and beyond and younger.
Well, my names are spelled really unique.
Yeah.
So I actually have both I have my names for at Gmail.
You do.
I have them at Yahoo too. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like many of theirs.
I feel like that's an accomplishment. That's a powerful.
I branded myself.
Yeah. I'm so proud of myself for having my own name Gmail.
I also am happy that my dad set up my Yahoo account when I was in second grade. And so 2002.
Bless.
I know.
Did you do that with your credit card too, so you could build credit?
We just talked about this today because I just took my dad to the airport. I was like, Dad, you should have said it. He was like, I know, that's what the rich dads do. I didn't know back then. But anyway,
rich dad, poor dad.
Yeah, that's he literally was rich. He said rich dad. I was like, dang. I'm fine. My credit's fine. But but he set it up because my parents split up, so I didn't live with him, and he was like, you can always email me. And I was like,
so wait, you said second grade you could email your dad?
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it feels like, could I write? Maybe a little bit. I don't know, but he set that up for me.
But could you send? Probably not. That seems complicated.
It's a pretty obvious.
Really?
I mean, it's a paper airplane icon. Even second graders.
Oh, I'm thinking of webkins, playing games online.
Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is I'm kind of glad that he said, no, you're just going to be Alyx Tighe instead of Princess Alyx Rules. I have friends with those emails still. No. And I think it's so cute and so fun.
Yeah.
But I never had one like that.
Damn. I still have. I have Hurdle Girl at Hotmail.
Did you run hurdles?
Yeah.
Good for you. The only bone I've ever broken is this finger, and I ran it. I was running hurdles, and I clipped it. We're good. She's pretty straight.
Is she hurt?
It's no, it was just down here. It was like a fracture.
It like hit the hurdle or what?
No, I hit the hurdle. My back foot hit the hurdle, and when I like spun falling, it was like the first thing to hit the ground.
Just one random ring finger.
Yeah, just my ring finger, and I like went to dinner at this like this Mexican place. Nympho is the Mexican place in my hometown.
Nympho.
No, oh my gosh, I've never thought about it like that. Oh. No, Nympho's is a loved Mexican restaurant in my hometown.
Okay,
and
Alyx.
My mom's sister, big sister, and I were like out, and I was like, we asked the waiter for ice because I was like, it really hurts, Mom, and she's like, I'm sure it's just sprained. Oh. And then in the morning, it was so swollen and purple and blue, and she was like, literally driving me to school, and she goes, "Do you think I should take you to the doctor? Let me know." And I was like, "Yeah, let's just do the doctor." And then it was broken, and I was a big "I told you so." Oh, it's like I freaking told you it hurt, but that's my only broken bone.
Only broken bone. That's good. I've only broken my nose.
I didn't know that about you.
Like,
you have such a pretty nose.
It like looks a little crooked from cheerleading.
Oh my gosh.
In college.
I guess I could almost see it, but it looks great on you. Like it's like a nice crooked. It's not like a janky crooked.
I went to the the college doctor or whatever. The university campus doctor. It was freshman year of college.
You cheerleaded at UT?
I cheered at North Texas.
Oh, at North Texas.
Yes.
In Denton?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. And
so you did your freshman year there?
Mm-hmm.
And then did you transfer to UT?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't plan on transferring, but University of North Texas was a little too tame for me.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was a little too boring.
That's so funny. Because one of my cousins went there, and I feel like she's more wild than me.
Is she like artsy or music?
She is.
Music-y?
Yeah, she studied art. She's an artist.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm here to party. And I was just like,
you're like, I need to go to 6th Street.
Yeah. Because in high school, I dated a guy a year older than me, so I went to UT parties, like, as a high schooler in Austin.
Isn't that so funny?
Yeah.
I had, like, 3 guy friends, like, one of which was, like, one of my best friends. And actually, even the year before them, okay, basically what I'm getting at is I spent a lot of time at Baylor's campus my senior year and even a little bit my junior year, but really my senior year of high school, I would literally go like do my homework at their library. Like I was just living like as a Baylor student.
Wow.
I don't know. And then
how'd you get into the library? No one cared?
I don't know. Nobody cared. I don't know how I was doing these things. Like I couldn't book those little rooms, but I'd use them until somebody kicked me out.
Isn't that so cool? And like as high schoolers, we're like, we're so cool. We're on campus.
Yeah. Well, my high school was like kind of like a feeder school for Baylor. I feel like so. I just like I'd be on campus and just see people I know. I mean, it's a much smaller school than UT, so like easier.
Did you ever want to go to Baylor?
No, I didn't because I really did not want to continue living in Waco. I just wanted to live in a bigger city at a very young age. But like midpoint through my freshman year of college, I think like still trying to figure out my community and stuff. I was kind of like, I wonder if I should have just gone to Baylor. All my friends go to Baylor and like I could have just kept my high school friends. But ultimately, I'm so happy that I moved to Georgia.
Yeah. Like spread your wings.
Spread my wings. Yeah. I think it was just like you get a little homesick. But ultimately, so glad I like moved.
Yeah,
I feel you.
I had honestly, whenever you said yes, you wanted to come on my podcast, I was like, I have the perfect title for you.
Oh, okay.
That you named yourself.
I'm excited to hear it.
The Renaissance Woman.
Oh, yes, I do enjoy dabbling in many, many things.
Because you can do all the things.
I like to do a lot of things.
She can cook. She can clean. No, that's a rap song. I won't go there. But like. I'm always just impressed that every time I talk to you, you have a new skill that you have acquired or attained.
Well, thank you for being impressed by me.
And it's like more than just the COVID, you can make bread. Like you can actually like full on cook. You can full on paint. I was like trying to come up with the word for the pottery. Is it you can throw?
I guess so.
Or how would you describe that?
Yeah, I actually am I a potter? Maybe.
A potter.
I don't know. I don't know the terminology. I've only done a couple of pottery things, but...
You can sew?
I can sew. And crochet. Watercolor.
Yes. Things. You can do darts. What is that called? When you went to the Renaissance thing?
Bow and arrow.
Yes, that's it.
You know what? That's not a skill, though. I think I'm just kind of okay at, like, archery, weirdly. I don't know. Like I just dreamed enough. No, just archery in particular, I feel. Like... I'm not good at any others,
What about like the one where you throw the ball and knock over a clown? Now we're getting really getting out
Okay,
there.
I can sometimes do well at that. And also the one where you like hit the bottles.
That, yeah,
Like
yeah,
one time at WeHo Pride, I just like threw the ball really hard, so I knocked almost all of them down. And they just gave me, they were like, that was the best we've seen all day. And I was like, I just threw it really hard.
WeHo Pride, you were the best one.
Well, I don't know how many baseball players go to WeHo.
I don't know. There's some probably beautiful boy baseball
Maybe,
players. Yeah. I feel honored to be a fellow Longhorn, Texas woman like you, that I'm like,
Yikes.
wow, it's just like, I feel like you're a great reflection that we have so many things in common that we like relate to each other on. And I'm like, if someone ever got you and I confused, I'd be like honored, you know?
Oh, me too. I know. Yeah. So it's fun to share that connection, and even like, I don't know, it like gives us a bond that whenever we like talk about things, I know that you know where I'm coming from, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, it's just nice to have a friend that like has a similar background.
Yeah, with like the longevity of it, because we all have like our LA friends and like our college friends and our maybe hometown friends and all that, but it's like, oh, you go like depths into my brain more than people.
Yeah, like you know where I'm coming from with stuff. Whereas like I have like friends from the East Coast who are fabulous, but like I literally have no idea anything about the East Coast. For some reason, it feels like a different country to me.
When people say they're like from the East Coast, I'm like, so you eat lobster rolls?
I know,
like,
so you're very fancy. I'm always like, you must be very fancy. Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Vineyard. Is that where Vineyard Vines came from?
Maybe. I don't know, but that made its way to the South for sure.
Oh yes, the frat culture.
Yeah.
Well, you started Texas Sunshines.
I did.
I remember learning about that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what a feat in itself. Like, you start your own spirit group.
Honestly, it was born out of being rejected by so many spirit groups.
Oh, well, it was all for a reason.
Yeah.
You got to make your own and be a founder.
Yeah, so like a friend of mine who'd also been rejected by many spirit groups was like, would you want to start your own with me? And I was like, oh, sure, yeah, let's do it. It took like $10 and 3 people, and you can start an org. But now it's still going. They have like almost 100 members, and like, but I follow them on Instagram, and they're always doing things, and I'm so happy for them.
Oh,
little org
so
now.
Cute. Yeah. Like, are there like any standout rules that y'all had there that you remember?
We'd made the philanthropy, like human trafficking focus. That was like the one thing that I did. Yeah. It's not a rule, but like the vibe we were going for was inclusivity, because it was born out of being rejected and feeling like some of the other groups felt really exclusive. So yeah, I think just like inclusion.
Okay.
And
but you still had like a tryout process, or?
Yes, still have a tryout process. Again, I'm not like on a board or anything. But yeah, like I remember like the year I left, I did it senior year, so we really didn't have to reject anybody. It was a really small like starting class, and then the next year I was still a little bit more involved in the, I know they were like, there was one girl that we just really don't feel like it's going to be a personality fit, and I mean, that makes sense. So yeah, I'm sure like some people still do get like cut. If you're out there and you've been cut from Sunshines, I'm so sorry. Everything works out.
It's all a part of the path. It's all I feel like there's a trend coming back now of like the butterfly effect. Have you been seeing that on TikTok recently?
I'm not on TikTok that much, and I feel like I'm always so behind on the trends because of it. But I just feel like my algorithm never got that good. I don't know.
What does it feed you? Like because when I think of you on TikTok, I think of when you built your bookshelf.
Yeah, I know. I would love more makers. Like on Instagram, I follow a lot of creators, creators, but makers, like DIY people, or like I follow this woman who makes custom D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons dice, and this one woman who does like glass work, but it's like she melts the glass instead of like soldering it and not blowing it, and she uses like glass paint to put the details in, and it's really beautiful.
I think that could be another project you'd want to get into.
I don't know. She's talked about like
how hard it is.
It looks way too tedious for me. I gotta pick one thing.
What's your one thing that you're doing now?
Oh shoot, I feel like probably watercolor. Really? I really do want to get better at watercoloring.
Oh
I had like 2 successful paintings. I really want to do like a little swan, and then I want as like a practice, and I want to do a really big swan, like
for
like
wall.
A 5-foot one
for
my wall. Yeah, I don't have anything above my couch. Like the centerpiece of my living room.
Do you identify as a swan?
I'm really into swans right now. I don't know that I identify as a swan, although my mother-in-law, I think, does.
Do you have pictures of it? You want to like replicate it, or
No, I think I'm gonna do it a little different than hers. It's just like a still swan, like from the side, and I think the one that she has kind of looks like it's in front of like a horizontal gate.
Okay.
You know, almost like shiplap. Like shiplap.
Shiplap?
Yeah, shiplap. Okay.
She's making up words.
No, shiplap is a real word. Okay.
Where'd you find that word?
Like farmhouse. You know the farmhouse vibe that's finally going out of style?
Yes.
Like shiplap is, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I bet you get a ton of that.
No, yeah. My mother-in-law got really into shiplap for a minute.
Wow.
I'll show you a picture later. You're gonna be like, oh, I've seen that 1,000 places.
Oh, offense.
You know.
Okay, so what you're currently in the midst of.
I would like to get better at watercoloring and like get to a place where I can confidently, like right now I can make something if there's a video tutorial telling me like
Bob Ross.
Like Bob Ross.
Okay.
But he doesn't, I don't think he does, I think he did like acrylic.
Yeah, I think
But like, yeah, I'm doing videos like that on YouTube.
Would you ever dress up as Bob Ross for Halloween?
Yeah. That'd be fun. I already like turtle eggs.
And then Alyx could be like inside of a painting.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could get him to be that committed to a Halloween costume, but I like the idea.
Oh, okay, well, speaking of Alyx, y'all met at UT?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, actually, we did our freshman year at UT San Antonio. And we met, UTSA. And we met at the very end of our, like, a week before finals or something. It was a mutual friend's birthday. And she had a crush on his roommate. So she invited him and was the roommate and was like, bring your roommates, Alyx. And then me, I was invited because I was actually her friend. And then, yeah, I met him at her birthday party, which was at like a two-stepping bar.
And it was love at first sight.
It kind of was. Like it like it wasn't because he showed up with a girl that I thought was his girlfriend. So I originally was like, oh boy, okay, cool. Okay. And then like my friend came up to me and like very discreetly goes, that guy, I overheard him saying you were cute, and I told him that you were wanting him to ask you to dance. So when he comes to ask you to dance, you have to say yes so I don't look bad.
Oh my god.
I know. Oh, what a good. She honestly, like, she totally hooked us up because then we danced. We all went to Whataburger afterwards. And then, like, I ran into him on campus, and he, like, got my number a few days later. But then my friend, Jackie's her name. Jackie, thank you so much. She, her and Alex's roommate also are married, by the way. They ended up getting married and stuff. Yeah. And so, yeah, we went to their wedding, and we were like, this is where it all started for us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, then she, like, kept inviting him over to, like, hang by the pool and do stuff. Like, so we got to hang out in a group for, like, a week before we went on our first date.
That's good. That was such a relief.
It was imperative. Yeah, it was so helpful.
You said Jackie married
Jordan.
Okay. Did they have like the similar timeline as y'all, or?
They went way faster. Okay. They did got married as soon as they finished college. Okay. They've got a couple of kiddos now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Where do they live?
I think still in San Antonio. Actually, I might be lying. Definitely still in Texas, but I'm not sure.
Because they went to UTSA the whole time?
Yes, they went to UTSA. They were still in San Antonio, but I actually haven't talked to them in a few years. But only because our lives kind of went different directions. But if we ever lived in the same city, I would totally reach out.
UTSA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, for real. Thank you, Jackie.
When did you first live with Alyx?
Really kind of the pandemic. He basically moved into my little apartment, but we didn't like officially live together. He just kind of lived with me, but then he'd also go stay at his parents' house because like they also lived in Austin, and I was living in Austin at the time during the pandemic. So like kind of there, but then we got engaged and moved to California. And when we moved to LA, that's when we signed our first lease together. This is our first official place.
That's right, because the time of him getting matched or something?
Yes, yeah, like he was in medical school, and then like, yeah, match day is like whenever like med students find out where they're going to residency. So we got engaged shortly before match day, so then we found out we'd be moving to LA together already as an engaged couple, and then when we moved here, we got an apartment together.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that's so exciting.
Yeah, it was.
To move your first apartment together in LA.
I know, which was honestly kind of hard.
That's scary, honestly.
Yeah, I think
But at least, like you said, you were already engaged. So
we
you're
were
like,
already
we're gonna
engaged.
figure it out.
So,
like,
and
it's
that,
gonna be good.
yeah, like, I think maybe there's a world where we could have lived together while we were, like, not engaged. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but he was still in school and his parents were, like, paying for things. So it really didn't make sense.
And, like, what's the rush?
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah. I just think, like, living together is maybe one of the hardest parts of marriage, just because, like, being a roommate, like, even when you're, like, I mean, when you're married, it is like this. Like, your roommate is your best friend. And in college, I had best friend roommates. And you're like, I love you. But, like, every small thing you do is driving me nuts. Yeah. And then to come here, and I think the hardest part was that neither of us had community.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, and I was working fully remote at the time because it was 2021. And I was just like, I have so many social needs, and you're the only person I have to fill it. So I feel like we were like, there was some transition time with that. But then once we got friends, got like a system for, like, you take out the trash and I'll do this kind of a thing. It got a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Community. That is a huge thing that I feel like I run into a lot of girls and women being like, how do you build a community as an adult?
Yeah. Just feel like I've been very blessed to, like, I feel like just, like, stumble into good people. I'm lucky because I've just, like, met people and then met people who introduced me to more people.
Yeah.
And everybody's just been great. I also tried Bumble BFF for a little while. That wasn't terrible. Like, I met some nice girls, but, like, I feel like at first my radius was too wide. People in LA, like, don't leave their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I feel like I met some girls that were, like, I think I was, like, 26, but, like, 23 doesn't feel a lot younger, but it can be a lot younger.
Because they're just, like, wanting to go out all the time.
Yeah, or they're just, like, still just, like, so new out of college. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
They were all so nice, but I think, like, kind of figuring out that helped me figure out what I was looking for in friendships. I do kind of feel like Austin, I think, is where Bumble started, or is, like, headquartered.
Maybe.
So maybe it's really good there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so many people moved to Austin, which I feel like LA is good at that too.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm lucky. I feel like LA is a place where people want to, like, make friends. I think honestly, just, like, not even like to talk bad about small towns. I think even if you're from a big town, it's, like, important to move away.
Yes.
I think, like, you learn so much just moving to a different town, being further from,
being
like,
exposed more,
being forced to make your own community. Like, that's a really important skill that some people really never get.
I think that kind of goes back to, like, how people make friends as, like, adults too.
Yeah.
Like, if you've moved cities, you've had to restart it once.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's why you've probably organically found great friends, because you've moved multiple times to multiple cities.
Yes. And I'm somebody, I think, who's good at putting myself out there and being like, I want to be your friend. Like, my joke to people is, like, if you really want to make friends, just be desperate.
Yeah.
I feel like I would tell people all the time, like, hi, I'm new here and I need friends. Do you want to hang out?
Yes.
Like, when I'd meet people, I'd be really intentional. And I think that's important.
That is the secret. And that is literally the secret sauce. I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just have to have that mindset, have that intention.
Yeah.
And just be like, I'm good. That's how I met my friend Cheyenne. I was just like, I'm going to make a friend this week. Because I just moved back to LA and I didn't know anyone. Or, like, my friends had, like, all, like, shape-shifted.
Dispersed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's better. Not shape-shifted.
No, maybe they're all cats now.
And I was like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make a friend this week. And I just went on a dog walk. And then she had a dog. And I was like, hey. And I was like, what are we friends?
I see a dog there. I too have a dog.
Yeah. So it's just really putting yourself out there and being, like you said, desperate.
Yeah.
And, like, being so vulnerable. There's, like, so much power in that. And, like, being vulnerable. Because, like, what's the worst that can happen? Literally, they just won't talk to you. You'll never see them again. And who cares? Like, whatever.
Yeah, totally. I think that's, like, kind of back to, like, Bumble BFF. Even though I didn't, like, find any of my best friends there. And I met people, like, organically that, it just didn't hit it off with, even though they were, like, great or whatever. They're just not, you don't connect with everybody. It was like, by year 1, I had friends, but by year 2, I had, like, best friends that you could just call and be like, can I come over? I've had a crappy week or whatever it is. And that's, like, I don't know, like, people who, like, just move a lot. I'm like, you're a psycho crazy person. No, not really.
One of your friends!
No, one of my cousins is like this. I mean, her husband's in the military, but I think she genuinely enjoys, like, moving to the new places. And I'm like, all power to you, but, like, it's so hard. I feel like it's lonely. I feel like the first, like, 6 months to a year are lonely anywhere you go.
Yeah. They must be, like, besties with, like, their book or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, be, like, an online gamer.
She's, like, a little more, like a homebody than me, but, like, I mean, everybody needs people.
And maybe our people are just, like, on the phone.
Maybe, yeah.
Or, like,
and she makes friends.
online.
But this is a lot of work to make friends.
Yeah.
It's like a job.
Yeah, you saying that you could just call someone and just go over, I feel like that is, to me, so hard in LA. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I have a lot of friends here in LA, but it's, like, I have to plan everything ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, everyone either
people
is, like,
do get busy.
booked up, and, like, I have to plan stuff, like, a month in advance. It's not like let me just, like, pop over to your house.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's like, oh, well, everyone lives, like, 30 minutes apart.
Well, I might not be there, but you can always go to my house.
Oh,
even if it's just a phone call if I'm not home. I mean, I've been home a lot. I've actually really been, like, busy on the weekends, so I've been prioritizing just, like, going home after work.
Mm-hmm.
Which sometimes I'm like, is my life boring now? But I just, like, really needed the rest.
Yeah, I've been talking about that a bit with my boyfriend as well, about, like, appointment TV. How that, like, term is coming back. Like, oh, I never want to be like, oh, it's Wednesday night, it's time to watch Survivor. Like, I don't want to, like, get into that pattern because that feels like a boring life. But trying to, like, have that comfort of having the routine, but also the spontaneity of, like, going out.
Yeah, I like to, like, do fun things. But then, going home is, like, I underrate it. It's not underrated because most people, I feel like, just go home after work. But, like, I'm so fearful of, like, a boring suburban life. But actually, it's so nice to just, like, you know, make a big dinner and, like, eat. And, like, Alec and I just caught up. We did nothing yesterday, which was a Friday night. He got home from work. I logged off. I work from home on Fridays. We just, like, had food and caught up on The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I really like that show.
It's like
it's a little scary though, but it's really good.
It's the prequel to The Walking Dead or something?
No. Totally not connected to The Walking Dead.
Oh.
But also kind of a zombie-esque.
Okay.
It's so creepy.
I love zombies.
Okay, wait. You should watch a show. It's on HBO.
Okay.
It's genuinely so well done. It's a video game that they made into a show. But, like, I don't feel like this is a spoiler. Are you sensitive to spoilers?
No, you're fine with this.
Okay.
Because I think I maybe started to watch it.
Okay. Like, the first episode is so creepy because it's two scientists talking a little bit before, like, the events of the show happen about, like, is it cordyceps? Yeah, I think it's cordyceps mushrooms. Like, because of global warming, maybe they'll adapt to, basically they get inside ants. They're a mushroom that can, like, basically get inside ants and control them. But they're like, but they can't live in something as hot as our human body. But maybe if, like, global warming, they adapted to living in the human body, then they could turn us all into zombies, which is kind of, like, the plot.
From the mushroom.
But, yeah, so the zombies will have, like, mushrooms blooming on them.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That could be a good
very
costume.
creepy. Oh, my gosh. And they do the makeup really well. And, like, then there's also this episode, I think it's, like, episode 3 of season 1, that's just, like, I feel like collectively
it's with the guy from Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just like the best episode of TV.
Offerman.
Nick
Offerman.
Yes.
Yeah,
Together we'll get there.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's like phenomenal. It's just like a really beautiful, like, beyond just like the zombie of it all, it really is like when there's just a few of us, like what is going on in people's lives post-apocalyptic. So it's like kind of emotional. Yeah, it's like,
oh my god,
it's really beautiful.
I love those type of shows. Post-apocalyptic.
Yes.
Oh
yeah. Well, yeah. Plus, then my archery skills will come in.
Yeah.
Just kidding, but
yes, definitely. Yeah. I think that you saying being not afraid, but not wanting to have a monotonous suburban life.
Yeah.
That like really hits home with me.
Yes.
And I'm happy to hear you say that.
Oh, it's like, I had a talk with my husband because we were talking about leaving LA, which we're not, thankfully. And like, I think it's easy to like feel things and not really like know exactly how to put words to it. But I was like, I'm a big Chappell Roan fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, Alec, like, you know, in the song when she's like, you wake up next to him in the middle of the night, like, you're just his wife and you like do his laundry and like, I'm just so scared I'm going to have this boring suburban life and I'm a Pink Pony girl. Like I need to dance I need access to the Pink Pony clubs. Yes! And it was like really sweet. Like I feel like he like understood me more when I finally said it like that.
Okay.
Because I don't think he is like craving a suburban life either, but just being like, whatever happens, this is what I'm scared of. So even if like the future is leaving LA, like just make sure this isn't what happens, because that's like why I'm so anxious about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool that you describing Pink Pony Club related to him and that he got it like that.
He's actually a really big Chapel fan too.
Wow.
I know. It's such a green flag. I love that about him.
That's so cute. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you're on the same page. And like, I don't know. I just feel like that's a fear of mine. Just like getting older and like falling into a beautiful habit and a beautiful pattern of life and like getting comfortable. And like, I don't like getting comfortable. I don't know. There's just something about it that's like, I need to keep the adventure going.
I could live in a routine with like, I can't imagine having kids and not having a routine.
Mhm.
So if we do have kids, then I feel like I'll have that, but I just don't ever want to not be able to like walk to a grocery store or walk to a coffee shop. Like I just really would like to have a walkable life.
Okay.
And I feel like feeling secluded and far away, which like, I mean, LA is like that kind of, but there's so many small businesses everywhere.
Mhm.
But like Austin, for example, which is a great thriving city, but like you can end up in a suburb and you've got like Alyx family live in a beautiful part of town, but like they have a 10-minute drive to get to the grocery store, to get to like anything that isn't a road. And I'll like enjoy their neighborhood. Like I don't know that I want that for myself.
You're a city girl.
I'm a city girl.
Yeah.
And I just think like, sometimes I'm like, is it even that I'm a city girl, or am I not like if you think about European cities weren't designed around cars.
Okay.
And so like, even if you're not in a massive city, it's still quite walkable if you're not in the country. And like America was just so like, they redid everything when the car industry was booming. And so you're so reliant on cars.
Yeah, we're so spread out.
Yeah. And okay, this is so dumb, but I've just been thinking lately, like thinking a lot about like, what was I made for? Like, am I made?
Okay, Billie Eilish.
Yes. No, I didn't even think about that. But like, when you think about like what the animals do and they just lay in the sun all day, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to be bored, but I also don't know that I'm supposed to be just like grinding in my career all the time, even though my career is important to me. And like, am I supposed to be spending like an hour and a half driving round trip to like places and jobs? And like, I just feel like we're made to have slower lives.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think about this all the time, so I don't think that's dumb at all.
Yeah, it's not dumb. I just feel like I've been thinking about it and it's been like, so like, I'm just in this existential loop.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'd like to live a life where I work as much as I need to work, and I like can walk to like places, and I don't need to be so reliant on like a car, or on like, I don't need to be immediately available all the time. I think that's the world we have right now.
Yeah.
And it just sometimes I'm like, what is that doing to us mentally?
It's making us all like ADHD with being the digital present at all times. But yeah, the car thing, that sounds like you're ready for the apocalypse.
No, I'm not. I honestly want to go really quick if the apocalypse happens.
You're gonna, me too.
I would like to die quickly. Yeah. I'm not I'm not a survivalist. I like the comforts of life.
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't live in a world where I couldn't draw a nice hot bath.
Yes. That's
and
very
feel
White
safe.
Lotus of you.
I don't feel like I'm not quite there. I'm more like, I don't need the most luxurious hotel. I just need, I just would like to feel restful and like,
yeah, you want some peace and quiet. Like read a book and sit with
read
Jack
a book,
and
paint my little painting, crochet my little crochet.
Yeah. I've learned more about you, and like, I'm picturing what your happy like place is, like your physical nirvana there. I wonder mentally what goes along with that is like, what makes you the happiest, like in your mental state and like your mental place?
Yeah, it's a great question.
If you know, I mean, if you've ever, like if you're picturing like your perfect weekend or your perfect day. I don't even want to say weekend because that puts schedule and like regularity on, like, oh, you have to go to work. Like if you just like Or like, this is what I want my brain to look like. Like, what would that be like?
Yeah, I feel like it's like I need the perfect amount of alone time and people time. Like, I like a slow morning. Maybe I work out. Maybe I just drink coffee and start a movie. Like, sometimes I'll watch a movie on Saturday morning, and it just feels so luxurious to like do nothing, just drink coffee and spend an hour and a half watching a movie. But then I also like to go see people, like go on a walk with my friends, or like go see a comedy show, or like it's a combo. Like I feel like I am not doing well if I don't get enough alone time, but I'm also not doing well if I spend 2 days without seeing anybody.
Yeah.
Like by day 2, I'm getting weird. Like I'm mentally like, this isn't right.
I feel like you're definitely like an extrovert. Would you say that?
I identify as an introverted extrovert. Like I'm an extrovert, but I feel like I require a lot more alone time than the average introvert.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think because my mom who raised me was very introverted, and so like by like 7:30, she'd be like, "Okay, it's time for us all to go to our rooms." So I grew up spending my evenings just like alone, which I think was actually kind of nice because like I feel, I don't know, Alyx said that this is like most people feel this way, but I really enjoy my own company, and I don't feel like everybody else does. Like enjoys their own company. Not that they don't enjoy my company. I really like am happy to spend an evening just like in my room. And that's where like probably all of my little making things happen. I was like, I'm just alone, I'll paint this, or I'll learn to do this, or I'll like I just enjoy a little thing to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I learned that about you when we went to Mammoth together and we discussed, and you were like, oh, I like to just spend my time, you know, like not laissez-faire, but like, you know, when you like go to the bathroom and put makeup on or whatever, it's just like you make whatever room you're in, like you make that like your world, like you make that your place.
I love no schedule.
Like, that is so impressive, and like I feel like that's what people strive to be able to do, and so you just do that, and I'm like, every room you walk into is like your new palace.
And I'm like, this is mine now.
Yes. And so that is like, I remember saying that, I think, to you in Mammoth. I was like, wow, you must love hanging out with yourself and like enjoy being by yourself because of how you spend your time.
I do, but I feel like the negative side of that is I feel like I take my time in things that I'm doing, but then I'm always running late, and so I feel like I'm also rushing to things quite a lot.
Yeah.
But I do like, I just truly enjoy having time to do things.
Yeah.
Slowly.
That's just life, though. That's like what you're saying of like what we're always in cars and online and like always having to rush to do stuff.
It's like something I actually really love about LA is I feel like everybody here loves a slow morning. Like in my neighborhood, I posted this on Instagram recently, but like in my neighborhood, I feel like I never see a car on the weekend out before 10:30. Like it'll be like 3 cars. And I'm like, what a beautiful sleepy Saturday we're all having. And like, everybody's running 20 to 30 minutes late in a way that I don't have to feel guilty. Like, it's almost like I'm living in a place that's already on the schedule I naturally run on, and it's really convenient.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I feel the same way with, like, sleeping in is my favorite thing. And not having to rush. Like, I grew up in a time where when you're 5 minutes late, you're late. Like,
oh, yeah.
Because I, like, went to stuff with my mom, and, like, she had me go to auditions and all that type of stuff. And so, like, you have to be early or else you're late. And so LA has rubbed off on me so much that being late. So whenever like my parents visit, they're like, "What? It's time!" And I'm like, "Oh no, we can take our time and leave at the time the reservation starts."
Yes,
I love.
I feel like even tonight we're going to a birthday party and it's like a potluck. It starts at 5:30. Alyx was like, "What time should we head out?" And I was like, "I really think 5:15 or 5:30.
Yeah,
I think we should get there around 6. And I know that that's like what time everybody else is gonna get there. I know that's what time my friend who's hosting his birthday is like intending. Yeah, like 5:30 is a crazy time.
Yeah, he said that because people will probably all be there by 6:30.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so, hopefully.
Which honestly tracks. He does have some peace nights. Maybe that's why he said it so early.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I love the
What
LA
auditions were you
event.
doing?
Oh, I don't
Here?
want to talk about
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay.
It's okay. It's just a past life that my mom was really great and had me like try everything, like dabble in everything. And so I think she really liked more of like the actress side of things. And so
And here you are in Alyx. Has she ever pushed you? She's like, are you applying for the new White Lotus season?
no, luckily when I found cheerleading in middle school, I was like, this is what I want to do.
This is my thing now.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
then I got it.
That's nice.
Yes.
I have a friend.
Okay.
She did pageants. I was wondering if you did pageants, but I don't think she was in I don't think she was in Austin at the time.
Oh.
She was in Austin now. I think she was in like Fredericksburg.
I did pageants as a baby.
Mm.
Baby pageants. Like before you could walk.
That's crazy.
I've seen videos of my dad carrying me.
You're like in a really puffy dress. That is freaking cute.
Yeah.
I can't.
Do you know Amber Heard?
Yeah. Wait.
Johnny Depp's
Yeah.
wife? She did the same pageants as me. So I have like
she our age.
She's older.
Okay, I thought she was older.
Youth, and I have a little like signed card.
Is she
like,
from Texas?
She must be from Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have
Of her being like, "Hi, Natalie." Like she like won some pageants, and so like little
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Thank you for coming over and podcasting.
I'm so happy that I could. This was so fun. I'm so excited for you and this. And
thank you. Yeah.
get to hang out with you.
I know, and I'm glad I get to have your voice. Wow, me saying have your voice sounds like Little Mermaid and Ursula. I'm stealing
your voice. Yeah. Well, if anybody else wants my voice, I aspire to. I'd love to be a voice actor. I would love to be a voice actor.
Amazing.
We'll see where that goes.
Well, now we have your
I
voice.
need a clip. No,
Yeah,
I need like the voices that call me count.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that's like the new age,
Voices
like LinkedIn for voices,
Ah.
kind of.
Do you do fake voices though? Do you do
I could.
would they want
I
a
don't
range?
know. I think there's a lot. It's like, I feel like my natural voice sounds like a cartoon character.
Huh.
So I've gotten that. I used to work in a drive-thru for Jimmy John's, and people would be like, "Your voice sounds like a cute cartoon character," and I'd be like, "I need to be a cartoon character one day." But But then I do I used to do accents.
Okay.
Like British ones.
I want to make AI take your voice clip and turn you into a character and see what it would be.
Yeah. Maybe Luna Lovegood. I get that a lot.
Oh yeah.
She's not a cartoon, but people go up to me. People will be like, "Have you heard? Do you know who you remind me of from Harry Potter?" And I'm already know what they're gonna say because I've gotten it genuinely probably 5 or 6 times from random people, and I'll be like, "Luna Lovegood." Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do you make them say it? Or
no,
are you
yeah.
Oh no, who? I have no idea.
No, I'll be like, "Who are you thinking?" Luna Lovegood. I've got that for Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thanks again for being here.
Thank you. Good luck. I love this. I can't wait to listen to the final thing.
Yes! This has been Navigating Nirvana with Natalie Nooner and Alyx. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye!
I did the kiss too.
Yay!